Good afternoon. I call to order the public hearing for Knox County for ordinance O-25-12-101. And Madam Clerk, if you can call the roll.
Commissioner Rawls.
Present.
Commissioner Darrett.
Here.
Commissioner Oster.
Here.
Commissioner Jackson. Commissioner Russell.
Here.
Commissioner Hill.
Here.
Commissioner Lee.
Here.
Commissioner Thompson. Commissioner Fox. Commissioner Jay. Commissioner Frazier.
Present.
8 members present.
Thank you. Do we have anyone signed up for public forum? I do not have, and I don't see anyone in the audience. Do commissioners have any questions? Anything you want to talk about on this? All right. All right, seeing none, I have a motion. Oh, Commissioner Russell?
Sorry, I got my light on a little slow. I did have a question. I know that I had asked about this during the board our regular meeting last month, but and I know that this is required by Tennessee state law, but I just would like to ask the law director if there are any of the parts of the regulation that could actually be strengthened a little bit. I guess my biggest concern is that once someone has vested rights for 3 years, we could change as a county how we're wanting to do things or need additional information at that time based on new information we have. And I guess the level of completeness that's required, for some reason I jotted down that it was 80% for an application to be considered complete and for them to have vested rights. Could that percentage be increased so that they're not getting vested rights until they actually have completed the process and have done it thoroughly?
I'll try to look it up and see what, I'm not sure exactly what you're saying. You can change, this commission can do what it wants down the road. I mean, that's good. So I'm not sure what the, I've got to look it up on here. Let me do that. Since we were discussing that.
While we're waiting on Director Book, does anybody else have anything? Okay.
Commissioner Oster,
Yes, ma'am.
if I may, while Director Book's looking for that, I just am wondering, it states it's to follow recent legal legislative action that has already been taken. I'm wondering for this, as it reads anyway, if it might not need to be passed as is to line up with recent action that we took. And then at some point, if we want to go back and look at the item that caused this to have to happen, that might be what we would need to do. Because right now, we're just trying to align with something that's already been passed.
Right.
I believe is the way I'm looking at it.
What's the number on that?
The ordinance.
It's O-25-12-101.
Since that's a zoning ordinance, you can amend the zoning ordinance anytime you want. By going through the procedure, you got to submit it to the planning commission, which you did on this one. And so I'm not sure what the question is. The commission can change it.
Well, this particular ordinance was not initiated by anyone on the commission. It was initiated in response to the change in Tennessee law, where they now require the vesting rights to last for 3 years. I think before it was, I had jotted down somewhere 180 days, I think, but now it's 3 years. And so we amended things to make it, to rewrite it for 3 years. But in the Tennessee law, it specifically says that the vesting occurs upon substantial compliance with having filed the application with no omittances, nothing, and all of the attached requirements that we might have, like traffic studies or whatever. If someone files something, and again, I could be wrong, but because I did just look at this over the weekend in depth, but if it's at 80%, then we're allowing people who haven't really totally completed their applications to have vesting rights and those rights last for 3 years, and we can't take those rights away. But if we make it a substantially higher level of compliance, such as it has to be 100% complete before they have any vesting, then we're protecting ourselves. Because, for instance, this would be a case right now where we're in the process of changing some things, and if people were to throw a bunch of applications out there that are 80% done, then they could obtain vesting rights when, shouldn't we require it to be 100% complete? They've filed all the, if we need flood studies or stormwater plans or whatever else we might need with that to consider it a full and complete application.
I'll have to go look at, we're bound by state law to start.
But they didn't define substantial. They leave that up to the county. So I'm suggesting that Knox County make it 100%.
Answered me off guard.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I do apologize. I did ask a little bit about this at the last meeting. And then since then, I wanted to investigate it, and my husband had heart surgery, and then I had the flu. So I just got around to it this weekend, and so that's why the question.
Some time after this public hearing, I'll go upstairs and get in the books and see.
Okay.
Answer your question.
Yes, sir. Again, I apologize. It would not have happened had I not. I'm always running on empty, running low, so running behind.
Commissioner Fox sponsored it, so I don't.
Commissioner
Might be
Fox?
something that's in
No.
our that we've already adopted though, in our own comprehensive plan also.
It probably is because we've got a new comprehensive plan.
Well, that's the question that I asked last month. I asked the question, why are we implementing this new ordinance? Why are we not waiting to roll it in with the comprehensive plan? That way everything's looked at the same time. But I was told we had to do it because of the state law. Of course, there have been many times when there have been state laws that have been instituted and we've tried to do things locally and been told that, no, we don't need to do anything additional, the state law will cover it. But in this case, someone decided they wanted to do something additional, and I'm just concerned that we make the compliance, that the standard for being considered substantially complete be as high as possible.
Well, just bring up a question to say substantial, that's in the state statute, correct?
Yes, but they allow each county to define it themselves.
So if you say gotta be 100%, that's, seems to me to be, if they use the word substantial, it generally means up to a certain point, but not complete. And what you're saying is you would rather have it 100%. And so that's what I'm going to look up and see if that's.
Okay. The other question that I would like to ask is also when just going through it, and again, it's several pages. I wanted to make sure that we also had the ability to terminate vested rights for violations. In other words, if they supplied incorrect, inaccurate, or did not comply with their original application, that we have the right to pull that back, because at that point, their application certainly was not substantially complete. So those were my two questions.
Okay, your question is, once something's vested, can this commission take it back? Is that the question?
No, sir. It's
Okay.
if the applicant, because it is contingent upon the substantial completion of the application, that if that occurs, where they've given us inaccurate information or anything like that, that it specifically says in there that if any inaccurate information has been supplied or they didn't comply with what they said they would do in the application, that at that point it's considered void. They didn't fulfill their end of the bargain.
Commissioner Russell, Madam Chair, may I step in here?
Yes.
Commissioner Russell, do you mind if I restate what I think you're trying to say to Mr. Book?
Yes.
I think what she's saying, Mr. Book, is she wants to know if a decision of this body is based upon something that turns out to be even negligent misrepresentation by the applicant, that they don't have a vested right, that that decision can be rescinded based upon a misrepresentation. Was that a fair way to say it?
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
That makes more sense then, because it would never have vested.
Yes.
So that makes sense, and sure.
But I would just like to maybe see that in writing so it's understood and there's no question about it. But again, these are just questions I have.
Okay. Well, I'll go upstairs and see what the book says on the state law.
You may want to talk with Director Brooks. Director Brooks, Amy Brooks in planning.
Commissioner Fox, do you have anything else?
I mean, she,
No, Madam Chair.
Somebody else on? Or no?
I have a problem
yes.
too, because they've approved what you've got here, and are we going to change it substantially so that you got to go back before the planning commission? I mean, the statute says you got to go to the planning commission first.
It's 13, so I'm
So that's another issue that's got to be looked at.
I reached out to Director Brooks to see if she was busy.
Yeah,
You don't know who's sitting.
but I'll see what I can find here during the break between here.
Madam Chair,
Yes.
may I bring, if Director Brooks is in our next meeting, might I bring some of these questions up while she's
She'll
here?
be down there to answer.
Okay, thank you.
Does that mean you're going to rely on planning, since the planning commission's got to approve it? So I don't need to answer those questions now, you bring them up with Ms. Brooks?
I would like your opinion and Ms. Brooks's opinion.
But are we going to, this is on for second reading, are we going to delay it till we get the answer to those? Is that what's? It's up to the sponsor.
Madam Chair, I think the sponsor is a planning commission.
Yeah, the sponsor's planning
Oh, I
commission.
thought it's down here as Fox. That's what I saw as Fox. I'm sorry, Mr. Fox. I thought I saw your name down there on the thing.
Apology accepted.
Okay, so it'd be up to Commissioner Frazier.
Because I told him to leave me alone.
Somebody has to make the motion to defer it until.
I move that we defer this second reading until we are able to have the questions raised by Commissioner Russell addressed by the,
Yeah, we can't, well, we can't.
County
do
Attorney.
that.
We can't defer it right now because we're not, it's gonna be at zoning. So
Okay.
you can do that at zoning.
Okay.
This is just public hearing.
Okay, all
Yeah,
right.
yeah, just discuss stuff, so.
Madam Chair, actually, I think it's in the general, it'll be in our general meeting next week. Yeah.
Yeah. And maybe in that time, you could have reached out to Director Brooks and Director Boot to get your questions answered, and it may not have to be deferred. Yeah, yeah. All right. Seeing no other questions, I have a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Got a motion by Commissioner Thompson, second by Commissioner Durrett. All in favor? Aye. All opposed? The ayes have it. Thank you very much.